Hey, this is Brent Jensen. You're listening to No Sleep Till Sudbury, the show where we talk about the music that makes your skin vibrate. The show is brought to you by Storyfora, a media agency providing promotional videos, podcast production, and all kinds of digital content you can use to broadcast your message to the world. Go to storyfora.com for details. That's P-H-O-R-A, storyfora.com. All right, very sad news recently that we lost KISS guitarist Ace Frehley. I was a hyper-obsessed Frehley fan, and so was my guest this week, CHUM-FM morning show producer and friend of the show, Tom Jokic. So we thought we'd commemorate the Spaceman with a fun little exchange involving our favorite Ace Frehley songs and a chat about how much the Spaceman meant to us. Here it is. Tom Jokic. Look who's back in my house. It's Tom Jokic.
Hey, Brent, how are you?
Good. How are you?
You fixed up the place.
I have. Well, I got it ready for you. It's a big deal when you come over
Well,
here.
you've got all of the music books out, and it looks great. I envy your collection, even though I have a similar collection, you know?
do. Thank you. So,
Yeah.
we're here today.
Yeah.
We are gathered here today
Right.
to talk about the passing
Mm-hmm.
of Mr. Paul Daniel Frehley. So, you and I, let me frame this a little bit. You and I, so this is a terrible thing. So we got the news. You were one of the first people to text me,
Mm-hmm.
and we both grew up obsessed Ace people,
That's right.
right? With
Yeah.
kids who were just obsessed with Ace Frehley. You and I had our little exchange back and forth.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't do that with people who don't get it.
that's right.
Right? And so it was very nice for both of us. And eventually we said, so let's sit down and talk about it, but we'll make something of it. What do you want to do? Ace songs, Ace solos. And so what we're doing today,
Yeah.
and I love this, is top 5 Ace Frehley songs.
Right.
And not just yours. We're both going to do it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so this could be a bit like we're gonna cross the streams a few times here, buddy.
There'll be overlap. Probably.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe not.
I'm betting there will be.
Okay.
I'm betting 3 songs will overlap. Uh-huh.
Okay. I've got 5 honorable mentions too, so have those ready.
So when I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
I started falling for KISS when I was 14 in 1976.
Yep.
And so when I got into the first album that I really got into was Destroyer and then Alive. I just went a little backwards there. But my friends and I pretended we were KISS. So we would listen to Destroyer. We'd listen to Night at the Opera by Queen every day. We listened to Destroyer every day. And when we listened to Destroyer, we kind of moved around the room pretending we were KISS, and I was always Ace. Always. And I've got a picture and I can't find it. I wanted to bring it to you today. It's me and my brother and 2 other friends, and we were recreating the cover of Destroyer, right?
Oh, wow.
Just the hand motions and
Right.
and we're just we're not dressed up as KISS. We're just boys standing on our front yard, and we're all doing the arm motions and all that, and we look ridiculous. Like it looks nothing like anything resembling a rock album cover, right?
Right.
But it just shows we were so into it, and I was the Ace Ace had this weird thing where his fingers were up,
Yeah.
and his other finger was kind of curving,
Yeah.
and of course Peter looked nothing like what Peter really looks like.
No,
Like he
God,
looks
no.
really rough and really
Muscular.
ripped,
Yeah.
and also kind of mean. And when you see Peter in most pictures, he's actually the one who's least in character most of the time. He's mostly smiling. Like Peter just doesn't know how to be the cat man. He's just happy to be there, right? God bless him. I love
That's
Peter.
true.
So within a year of me loving this band, I had all 4 walls and my ceiling done in KISS posters. I created almost like mobiles hanging down.
Oh.
And so all of the magazine covers, even small pictures from magazines, if there was a great picture, I would cut it out and I stick it up to the wall.
Wow.
And I was really into this band
Oh, wow.
up until they took the makeup off. When the makeup went off, then I kind of didn't care. And then when I saw the videos for like Lick It Up and Heaven's on Fire, I went, I don't know why I didn't think the band was gross before with Christine 16 and Think I'm Going Blind and all that. But I just thought, yeah, that's gross. Now, I was in my early 20s by then, and I was also very much into new wave. I still liked rock, but, I was into dance music. I was into Michael Jackson. I was into Prince, and I was into the B-52s and the spoons. So, so perhaps my palate had matured by then.
Well, that happened to me as well. And I think that happened to a lot of people. So I was saying, and I forgot to mention this, and I'm terribly sorry about it. I was just on your show yesterday on Famous Lost Words. Well,
right.
We pre-recorded it.
Yes. Yeah, it'll air probably on Halloween, probably October 31st.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that episode will come out next week. It will air on radio stations across Canada on November 1st and November 2nd.
Famous Lost Words.
That's right.
So Ace Frehley, I said on your show, we were talking about his, skills and what made him special. His skills did not necessarily make him special, but I said, I can't think of another player who could do so much with so little.
Yes, that's stuck with me. I've been thinking about that since you said it, and I've listened to a lot of Ace music in the last 24 hours, just prepping for our chat. And you are 100% right, but man, he was inventive.
Oh, yeah.
There were a few times when it's almost like atonal or almost like non-musical ways of playing the lead guitar. Non-musical in the sense that musically it didn't seem to quite make sense, and it's brilliant at the same time, Yeah.
The critics kind of said half of that, right? They said it was atonal, but not brilliant, unfortunately. But I thought he was great. And, further to what I was saying, the execution was electrifying, really. Like, that's how I felt. Like, that's the word that captures it best. Electrifying.
Right.
For me, right?
Right.
You think about solos like Dr. Love and Strange Ways.
Right. Yeah. So what did they do then? Do you think they went in the studio and they go, okay, Ace, you have these 12 bars, and then he would just work on his 12 bars? Like the song was already mostly recorded and obviously overdubs and all that. And then they just said, these are yours, do what you need. And then he would work on that and then lay down his parts, right?
I'm almost positive that's what happened because, and you probably know this too, he would often not show up. He wouldn't be around.
Yeah.
After Hotter Than Hell, like Dressed to Kill, he showed up. I think they started recording that on like May 9th or something, and he showed up on the 13th. And no one really knew where he was.
Right.
He would just kind of turn up. All the backing tracks were pretty much laid down, and he would come in and, what key is it? A. Okay, he'd play a little solo for a number of bars, and then off he went.
And then famously with Destroyer, which was recorded up here in Toronto,
yes,
he didn't show up.
That's right.
And was it Dick Wagner that played most of his guitar parts?
Yeah.
So Ace now has to learn these new parts. And I don't know how much of it I don't want to take too much away from him if he didn't invent or write some of those parts because they're amazing. Like Destroyer is my favorite album. And I was like crestfallen to find out that he didn't play on a lot of it.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. Because
Yeah.
I thought he did. And that's what we were led to believe as kids. And I said in a Facebook post, there was anger and disappointment. I mean, like, in your obsession, if you're truly obsessed, it's not all just joy,
Yeah.
A little bit of disappointment, too. There's a little bit of sadness. There's a
Yeah.
little bit of regret sometimes.
Yeah. Imagine, as you and I come up with our songs, many of these songs, or 3 or 4 of my songs are solo songs from him. And I'm just imagining, imagine how good this song would have sounded on a Kiss album. And how, had he been given a little bit more leeway and a little bit more respect, because they didn't respect him. Paul didn't respect him until he heard the solo album. And he went, I didn't know he could do this. Ace is going, wow, I can do this on my own. And that's not the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end, I think, has shocked me. When he gets up there, finally has the balls to be on stage and sing live in front of an audience, and the audience loves it. And face it, if you play Shock Me to a non-Kiss fan, they're going to go like, that guy can't sing.
Right.
Like, that is terrible. And then you listen to it as a Kiss fan, you go, oh my God, what a great song.
Totally.
And what a great performance by him. It doesn't matter that he can't sing.
Right.
It totally fits the sound. It totally fits his persona. Anyway, we're jumping ahead, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Yeah. So you've got 5 songs. I've got 5 songs, and then I've got honorable mentions.
I do too.
I'm sure you do.
All right.
Okay.
Want to get started? I'm going to start. Are you going to start or mine?
You go first.
Okay. So my first song, and I don't think I would have made this my first song until I listened to the solo album. I think it was yesterday or the day before. And it's Rip It Out.
Oh, really?
Rip It Out smokes. And it still sounds really tight. And damn if Anton Fig isn't one of the greatest damn drummers in the entire world. He makes that album pop as much as Ace does. And so that's my first song. And right from the word go, if only the rest of that album had been as good as Rip It Out, and I would say there's like 3 great songs on that album, maybe 4.
This is going to be interesting.
Yes. But Rip It Out just comes out right out of the box, and you go, man, it still holds up. His like solo is amazing in it, and yeah.
I agree. It's not one of mine.
Okay, good.
Just because it's like, I don't know, you hear it so much. I like it, but it's not one of my favorites.
Sure.
I do love that kind of breakdown where the do and the drum solo comes in, a little Anton Fig drum solo, which is fantastic. And you are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
He pops that record.
Yeah.
That drum sound. I was listening to that and I thought, I'm surprised that, because Frehley's supposed to be the star of the show.
Yeah.
But that drum is at the front of the mix.
Yeah.
That snare.
And Anton Fig, if people don't know, is the guy who was the drummer in Paul Schaefer's band, the world's most dangerous band, on the Letterman show for many years. Letterman famously always called him Anton Zip. That guy can play.
Oh,
man.
Yeah, he was terrific.
Yeah, and also he subsequently then ended up playing on a lot of Kiss albums, did he not? He may have played on Dynasty, and I think he played on Unmasked.
He played on everything except Dirty Livin', because Dirty Livin' was written in 1971. I don't know if you know that.
That's the Peter song on Dynasty.
He wrote that in a band that he was in before.
I see.
At Chelsea. It was called Lips.
Right.
I know. So go figure.
He went from Lips to Kiss.
Yeah, right.
Wow. Okay. All right, pal.
So yeah, but that was like a 71 demo. So
wow.
Yeah. So my number 1 song, and I put these in order actually.
Mine too.
Okay. Mine is Parasite.
Okay. All right.
I think that's a terrific song. I've always loved that. I love the solo. I love the composition. I think it's fantastic. Right.
So I have a cool song fact about, we do cool song facts on Famous Lost Words. Mm-hmm. So for Parasite, obviously Ace wrote that for the Hotter Than Hell album. But when they do the reunion, actually it's the Psycho Circus tour. Kiss, after Ace had left, continued to play Parasite, but it was with Bruce Kulick. So they're now, Ace is in the band. They're rehearsing. Paul's going, you're not playing that right. It has to be tighter. And Ace is going, I wrote the damn song. I play it loose because that's the way it's supposed to play. Bruce played it too tight. I don't play like that.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. So he did that. Paul was used to the Bruce Kulick version, of course, and Ace played it much sloppier than he did.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that's a good song. I don't love Parasite. I don't know why. I think maybe I don't love Gene's vocals on that. But listen, it's a cool song. Like it was on Alive, right? They did it on Alive.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's so, it's part of the pantheon for sure.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay, next one.
My next one is a little too easy. New York Groove, even though it's not, he didn't write it. It was written by a guy named Russ Ballard, who originally gave it to a British glam rock band called Hello. And they did it. And I listened to their version the other day, and it's good, but it doesn't have enough of the power that Ace's version had. And if a song could ever be written, talk about great cover versions. We could do 7 hours on great cover versions. But Ace co-opted that song and made it his. And he was the New York guy, right? And you could tell that he felt that song. Once he accepted the idea of doing the song, he really made it his own.
Yeah.
And it was by far the most commercially successful song on the Kiss solo albums.
Right.
Which, in my opinion, gave Ace an outsized opinion about his own abilities to make commercial music, right? Your biggest commercial hit was not written by you, buddy. And it's a great song. It's fun to hear on the radio. And it's got that dent. It's got that Bo Diddley beat.
That's right.
Yeah. And, but it was it was one of the things that triggered him leaving the group, because now he's selling the most albums.
That was almost a curse in a way.
I think so.
All right. Second
You're
one.
number 2.
Strange Ways.
Strange Ways. All right. You're choosing songs. Yeah.
Right. So I'm going all the way through, the Kiss catalog.
Sure.
But for me, the earlier songs were the best because in my mind, they were the purest.
Yes.
And the most authentic and undistilled, right? But really before they got popular.
Yes. And that is sung by Peter, right?
Yes.
my Kiss evolution started like this. Destroyer, then I went back to Alive, and then I went back to quote unquote the originals. Do you remember they re-released all three of the original albums? But I got to tell you, and I love many of those songs. In fact, I probably love more than 50% of all the songs on those first three albums. But the sound quality is just utter shit.
It's hard to believe that actually Hotter Than Hell was released that way.
Yeah.
Right? If you listen to Watching You from that album, you can hear this like crunching.
Yeah.
It's very odd that somebody approved that for release.
And when they went back to Eddie Kramer after Destroyer, I'm kind of going, are you guys nuts? Like, obviously, thankfully, sonically, everything improved with Rock and Roll Over and Love Gun, sonically. But what happened? Was it the engineering? Like, the sound quality is just utter shite.
I'd read about it before. Richie Wise who was the other guy? There were two guys,
Kerner?
Richie Wise and something Kerner. Yeah. They lived in New York. And so the first record was recorded in New York, and Kerner and Wise moved to LA.
Right.
And Kiss followed them to record Hotter Than Hell because they were familiar with them.
Right.
And Richie Wise was interviewed on this, and somebody said, why is the audio so awful on Hotter Than Hell? And he said, because I was having a really difficult time transitioning from New York to LA. And I had all these issues, these personal problems,
right.
And it really impacted my vision of what I was doing professionally. And he was very apologetic, but I still don't understand why everybody signed off on that for release, because it's really terrible.
I know purists this will really piss purists off, but man, if they could go back and then go instrument by instrument on those first three albums and just up the sonic value of those instruments and those sounds, they could make those first three albums just pop.
Yeah.
And they would sound ballsy and they would sound crisp, they just sounded muddy.
It's true. They did. They sounded muddy. And that's a good point, because I'm a big fan of the old Rolling Stones records like Exile and stuff like that, where you can hear, noises in the background and stuff. It was just like really authentic.
Yeah.
And you felt like you were there as a result. It was very kind of believable. But the other side of that is I want to hear the pure offering of a Marshall amp.
Yeah.
I don't want it to sound muddy.
You're right.
I want to hear that crisp snare sound.
Yeah.
Those are the things that are missing on those records.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. There's this like rumble and it just sounds dirty.
Yes.
But part of that is part of what Kiss was at the time. So I kind of get it, but not for me. Okay. So that was you, right? And that was Strange Ways.
Yep.
So your Parasite, Strange Ways, and mine were Rip It Out, New York Groove. Okay. Number 3 for me is Rocket Ride. Side 4 of Kiss Alive 2. Why are you laughing? What is the matter?
Number 3 is Rocket Ride for me too.
Is it?
I'm serious.
Oh, that's great. Okay, fight. Obviously, we feel the same way. And, that song, when it first came out, I thought, oh, yeah, that's pretty good. And then I listened to it a few times, and then I called in my big brother, who just hated Kiss, right? And I said, John, I know you hate Kiss, but listen to this guitar solo. And the way it builds, and he just lets her rip. And he goes, yeah, that's fine. And I'm going, no, this is freaking great.
Oh, it is.
It's so good.
I was, I think I was probably about 11 when I heard this Kiss Alive 2. And I was out of my mind. I could not believe how cool this was.
Yeah.
I played this record to death. I couldn't get enough of it.
I actually, now that you've mentioned it, and I haven't listened to it in a very long time, but was it All American Man by Paul? Yep. 6 foot hot look All American Man.
Surprise, Paul Stanley.
Larger Than Life had a big sound. That Gene song.
I love the big drums. And
yeah,
big guitar
big drums. It's a little bit like I Love It Loud from a few years later.
You're right.
So Ace recorded Rocket Ride. He wanted to put that on his solo album, but they needed an Ace song.
Oh,
and
really?
so they put it on side 2.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. On side 4.
On side 4. Yeah. Side 4 of Kiss Alive 2. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that was supposed to be on the solo record?
Yes. That's my understanding anyway.
Oh, my.
Maybe I misread it, but I think that's right.
Well, it's the same time frame.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
All right. So is that your third song?
Yes, it does.
So, dude, you need to bring a ringer and you need to bring another song in.
You know what I'm going to bring in?
What?
I'm going to bring in Wiped Out from the solo record.
Come on.
That's a great song. Yeah.
It's okay. I listened to it the other day and I go, oh, this is dumb.
It is, but that's the beauty of it.
I was wiped out.
It's so dumb.
And the beginning, like with the wipeout,
That's dumb.
the classic wipeout drum solo.
That's actually really dumb.
Yes.
But the thing is, like, this is all nostalgia driven, right?
Right.
If we're really talking again about the sophistication of this music,
Yes.
it's nil.
Yeah.
Right? It truly is.
Yeah.
So most of it's dumb.
Yeah.
This is more dumb than some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, again, you made a great joke the other day about, like, Ace taught me how to play air guitar.
Yes.
Right? This is my air guitar song when I was a kid. Like, I had this plastic little fake electric guitar, and I used to rock out to this song, man, because the riff is really cool, right?
Right. Yeah, it is. It is. You're right. You're right. I just listened to it. As it started up, I started to laugh and I went, this is very silly. But I listened to the whole song, and it's like, it's recorded well. It sounds good and all that.
Yep.
All right. And for me, number 4 is Shock Me.
Okay.
Is that on your list?
Maybe. It's not number 4.
Okay. So Shock Me was like a turning point for Ace and Ace's fans.
Yeah.
Because he had success as a songwriter, writing Cold Gin, writing Strange Ways. And then you hear him on Love Gun singing Shock Me. And again, he sings quite badly in it, but it's so, but there's something so great about it because it's truly him.
Exactly.
And you and I were talking about that on the episode that we're about to play next weekend. You were saying he's the most authentic of the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Sheffield of Rolling Stone wrote something along the lines of, like, he's the only guy who really did rock and roll all night and party every day. And that led to a life of chaos. But he was that guy. He was Space Ace.
Yes.
And when he was up there on stage, kind of swaying away, leaning back, he was removed from it. He was removed from the audience in a way that made him way cooler than anybody else in the band.
Oh, yeah.
But he was totally into the music.
Yeah.
And just seeing him play, I think I saw Kiss probably somewhere between 6 and 8 times in total. And I saw Ace I probably saw Tommy twice. Yeah. Right? In Ace's place. And it was just, beautiful to hear him play those solos. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. I did hear that when they reunited, so when the band reunited, they put the makeup back on, that it was Tommy Thayer who had to teach Ace his parts again. He did. Because Ace had gotten kind of so sloppy in the intervening years with all of his solos from the Kiss songs that Tommy had to teach him, no, Love Gun goes, you gotta hit it.
Yeah, he had forgotten a lot of his solos.
Yeah, so that was a big moment. And then, of course, on Kiss Alive 2, we got a little surprise for you. Ace Frehley, lead guitar, Shock Me. And then he goes into that. And it was like cheering for, I don't know how to say it, like the runt of the litter, The
underdog?
What's that?
The underdog?
Cheering, there you go. That's way better than runt of the litter. But it's cheering for the underdog because we all loved Ace, but he never stepped up to the microphone. And when he did, it was really joyful for us fans.
Yeah. Number 4 for me.
Yeah.
I'm in Need of Love.
That is a gauzy mess of a song, but good. It really is kind of perfect for him.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
I would never, this is what we're talking about.
Right.
We're talking about Ace Frehley songs,
yes.
not songs in general. If we're looking at the pantheon of Frehley,
yeah,
this is one of the best ones for me.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's just spacey. It's perfect. He's probably loaded out of his mind.
Yeah.
And this is who he is.
Right. Now, does that song change direction about halfway through? And then it's like double time at that point, right? And that lead solo, I listened to that the other day. I went, that is awesome. Like the spaciness of the song is fine, but then when it really revs up and goes to town, that's when that song really matters to me. And then it goes back to the spacey part, and that makes the song work, in my opinion. That's that middle section there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When the lead guitar just kind of soars off.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And again, that is a like not too many drummers can drum the way Anton Fig did on that song.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
The snap of that snare is so good.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead.
Number 5.
Okay.
Fractured Mirror.
Wow. Really?
What? Did we tie again?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So Fractured Mirror, if I was going to play a non-Kiss fan,
Mm-hmm.
a song that would go, oh, this is really like, this is both a pretty song and also it builds to like, it has a certain grandeur.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact, I think the fact that Ace didn't sing on the song makes it a better song. I know I'm being a little bit mean. I'm also being a bit sarcastic, but
he would be laughing right now.
Right. I think so too.
Yeah.
And the song was so good that he did 3 different versions of the song.
That's right.
And I've heard the other 2, but I've only heard the other 2 like once.
Mm.
And, it's so beautiful, but it's also got the rock power chords. And there is inventiveness in that song with all of there's a lot of counter melodies in the background of that song that I really, really appreciate. I thought he did a great job on that. I thought it was an artistic success, which is perhaps not a phrase often used for his music.
Certainly not. Funny, because as you were saying that, I was thinking when he was sequestered in his Connecticut studio, that's when he did his best work.
I see.
That's when he did Rocket Ride. That's when he did his solo record and stuff
Right.
like that. So I think that maybe he kind of felt like he was in the shadow of Simmons and Stanley in the same way that Harrison felt like he was in the, to compare the Beatles to Kiss, I know it's pretty radical. However, it's the same idea. He was in their shadow, but it was the best thing and the worst thing in some ways to happen to him, right? Because he really went off on his own and said, okay, so what can I really do here? Mm-hmm. And Fractured Mirror is a great example of that.
Yeah.
It's a great composition.
Yeah. So when he was living in Connecticut, how old were you?
I was...
you know what
12.
I'm getting at. Do you know what I'm getting at?
No, I don't.
You tried to call his place, buddy.
That's right.
So if I'm not mistaken, there was a book called No Sleep Till Sudbury. And very early on in the book, you talked about how you tried to phone Ace Frehley.
Oh, that was such a dope. That was, I think I was 20 years old then, I think. I'd been like the fan when I was a kid, and then I went to university, and for some reason I got back into Kiss.
Right.
And then I started like rechanneling all of the Ace Frehley stuff. And, you drink in university. Yeah, I drank Stoli just like Ace Frehley. And then I tried to call his house. And I thought that I was this genius because I said, I know that he lives in Connecticut. I know his name's Paul Frehley. Uh-huh. So maybe what I can do is like call Connecticut 411 and they'll connect me with him.
That's so funny.
It would be so easy. And of course I was unsuccessful.
All right. I'm going to do did you do your last song yet?
I did not.
Okay. When you're done, I've got a trivia question for you based on something you just said.
Okay.
All right.
My number 5 is Shock Me. It's got to be, right?
Exactly.
How could it not be? Yeah, that was a big deal for me too. I mean, I remember I had all those bootlegs, video cassettes of them playing 2 nights in Houston on the Love Gun tour. And to see, when I was a kid, I grew up in a small town, so I had access to zero.
Right.
We had very little cable and all the whatever. So if you could get a glimpse of Kiss video-wise, it was a treat. But when I came down here, I went to conventions and I bought all the bootleg stuff of like them playing at the Winterland and
like
Houston.
the really early shows.
Yeah, 75.
Oh wow.
Japan 76.
Right.
All that. So I still have them, and they were amazing. And I would watch Frehley solos and just like I actually made a cassette that was like a Frankenstein cassette from all of those called Frehley Vision. I would just watch that over.
Right.
It was just him playing all the solos.
Yeah.
But Shock Me was on there because it was fascinating, There's something about him. He just had this way. He was insecure, we found out later, but he looked like he was completely comfortable in his own shoes. He looked like this super confident guy who didn't give a shit about anything. Yeah. Well, and meanwhile, I said this on your show, Simmons and Stanley are like fighting each other for your attention, right? Like,
that's right.
Look at me.
Yeah.
But he was just like, hey, man, I'm just here to play.
Yeah.
And I love that about him.
Yeah, absolutely. Something just occurred to me. You know the song "Let Me Know"? Then you let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And then the coda of that doesn't fit the rest of the song, and it is like 30 seconds of the best rock and roll guitar you'll ever hear. That
That's right.
dun, 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 dun. And I'm 100% sure he wrote that.
He did. He would start his solo with that.
Right.
He started doing that in Japan, I think, in 76. And then he did it in 77 again.
Right. Okay.
So it was just a segue. It was in A. So
Yeah.
Shock Me is in A. So he could easily start the solo that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so that's how it started. And then he would just progress. You noticed, and I paid attention to this, Stanley couldn't play that. Because it's almost like there's a lot of notes in it.
Yeah.
Right? It took me a long time to figure out. I'm a guitar player, and it took me a long time to figure that out.
Right.
And that's probably some of his best playing, by the way.
Yeah.
But Stanley just played, it's A and G.
Right.
So he would play A, and then he'd play the chords.
Right.
While Ace was playing that part.
While Ace was playing circles around him.
But that's actually the rhythm. That riff is the rhythm. But Stanley couldn't play it.
Right.
Dare I say.
Yeah.
People are going to throw rocks at me for that, but it's true.
Yes. That's interesting. Okay. So did you replace Shock Me then?
No, I did not. So I have honorable mentions if you're interested.
Okay,
in hearing them.
go.
Okay, so you heard Wiped Out. I had Torpedo Girl.
Me too.
Did you really?
Me too. That's second on my list of honorable mentions.
Me too.
Snowblind.
Nice. That's great. I love that
That
song
is a
too.
great song. And that, again, that is another one of those songs where like Ace is great in it. The guitar is great in it. The rhythm, the kind of this odd woozy rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And then Anton Fig just murdering those drums.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Very good. Okay. And did you have Cold Gin in your
Yeah, it was last on my list.
last? Good song.
It's a good song, but it's just kind of like, it's like You Shook Me All Night Long, right? It just like you always hear it. I feel like it's outlived its purpose. You know what I mean?
I guess I don't think I get sick of songs that I loved unless I reassess them. Like I loved The Night Chicago Died by Paper Lace when it came out. I am less impressed by it now. And I also had Coming Home. So Coming Home, I didn't know was written by him until a couple of days ago. I realized that's the first song on the Unplugged album.
Mm-hmm.
And that song had unsuspected power when they started that Unplugged concert.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
And I think you and I were talking about this, that I don't understand how the original rock version on whatever album it was from sounded okay, but the acoustic version on Unplugged sounded way more powerful. Maybe it was the technology of the day. Maybe everything was mic'd really hot and it sounded good. But that's a great song. And knowing that Ace wrote it or co-wrote it makes me happy for him, because that is it's a very tight song, really well done.
Yeah. Another factor, Tom, I think was the performance. So everybody was so pumped to be together again.
Yeah.
And it was like this huge synergistic output, right? And I think there's a tangible aspect to that, right? And how that was received by you and I and other fans who were so happy to have them back together.
It was emotional when they got back together.
Certainly it was.
It was emotional. And you and I have talked about this, but also the utter disrespect that was shown to them by fans of other bands and the rock press.
Yeah, true.
And that they were a joke. But there's moments where you go, man, these guys, when they were together, they were great. That band had something and you frickin' guys missed it. Yeah. And shame on you for being such, if I can say the word, pricks about this band. Really bugged me. And thank God for people like Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine, and Garth Brooks, I think, was a big fan of Kiss.
Yeah.
So I've got some cool Kiss facts.
Wait, did you mention all your honorable mentions?
Yes, I did. Snowblind, Torpedo Girl, Cold Gin, Coming Home.
Okay.
Do yours.
Wiped Out, Torpedo Girl, New York Groove, Dark Light.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, from Elder.
Oh, right. Did he do a song, an instrumental called like Escape from the Island? That was good.
Yeah, it was.
That song kind of
almost
smoked.
Made the list for me too.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dark Light. I haven't heard that. I probably haven't heard it in 40 years.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to that album in a while.
Oh, it's good, buddy.
It still holds up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean.
Right. No, but I mean the whole album, does the album hold up?
No.
Well, they do. They did A World Without Heroes. They did I Believe in Me.
That's a terrible song, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. They were going for the anthem again, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going for the rock and roll all night again.
Yeah.
Tomorrow and Tonight.
Yes.
There's so many attempts of recreation of that song.
That's right.
Anyway. Yeah. And Cold Gin I had too.
Okay. Great. Okay. So some cool song facts or cool Kiss facts. He wrote "Shock Me" after he got electrocuted in Florida, and he was very intimidated singing lead on that one. And then, of course, we know what happened in the studio. He was recorded it on his back, right? He was laying down on the floor.
He was,
and the lights were way down because he didn't even want to be seen singing.
Yes,
right.
There's another little bit to that, though. You know what he said in interviews?
No.
He said he wasn't afraid. He said he liked the feeling of the pressure on his chest because it made him sound better.
So, what pressure?
I don't know.
Wow.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Okay. Trivia. Ready?
Yes, please.
At one point, KISS was made up of 4 guys. 3 of them were named Paul. Paul, and Gene.
Mm-hmm.
Who were the 3 Pauls?
Oh, wow. Stanley Eisen.
Right.
Paul Daniel Frehley.
Yeah, Paul Daniel Frehley.
See, let's talk through this because there was Wicked Lester.
It's kind of during their heyday.
Their heyday?
Well, kind of, yeah. Right at the end of their heyday.
Oh, Paul Caravello?
Yeah, Eric Carr.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Paul Charles Caravello was Eric Carr.
Paul Caravello, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, that took me a while.
So they were Paul, and Gene.
Oh, interesting. That's a good trivia. Yeah, I didn't know that. I that didn't occur to me, but it was Paul Caravello. That's right. Mm-hmm. Huh.
There you go, buddy.
Wow. Good question.
We did it.
Anything
else? Do we need to, do any cleanup on aisle 3 or anything? Like, did we miss anything?
I don't think so. I think that we covered off a lot of stuff. Yeah, that was fun. I'm glad
that we
did that.
It was. We've lost a lot of people this year, and a lot of people in the last few years who have just like broken my heart. Like losing, Gordon Lightfoot to me was a big deal, and all that. But this was something a little bit different for me, losing Ace. Yeah. And when we first saw the story that he was sick, that he was on life support, a few hours before we'd heard that he'd passed away, right. I was like I was refreshing my browser like every 3 minutes, going, is Ace dead? Like, has this happened? Yeah, it's really emotional because he was my guy, Yeah. And I think a lot of KISS fans feel the same way, and you can see it in the tributes that came out afterwards. Mike McCready and Tom Morello and the other guys from the band, and so. Yeah. But none of the guys from the band were as heartfelt as some of the outside people,
And I hate to say that, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, because there was a lot of bad feelings. And, Ace was a lot of things, a great guitarist, but he was also, he was a grade A screw-up, too, at times.
He was an incorrigible drunk.
Yes.
And that's just a fact. That's not an insult. That's not a slight.
Yeah.
My obsession with him was very serious to me. That's a huge chunk of your life that you're focused on something or somebody. Right? Yeah. And I said to you, his death was a horrible thing, obviously, but I didn't feel the sadness that I thought I was going to feel. And I think that's just because of that range of emotions that I went through in my obsession, because I thought he was a god for the longest time. And then he disappointed me. Yeah. But the overarching idea, it doesn't matter how good he was or how bad he was or how drunk he was or funny or whatever. What's important about Ace Frehley is how he made you feel, and that he had the ability to do that. Mm-hmm. That's the truly unique thing that we should remember. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right, buddy. All right. Thanks, man. This has been No Sleep Till Sudbury with Brent Jensen and my very special guest, Mr. Tom Jokic. Until next time, folks, take good care.
Brent Jensen is the best-selling author of No Sleep Till Sudbury, Leftover People, and All My Favorite People Are Broken. All titles available in stores and on Amazon worldwide.